What's up, everybody? This is Frost, and I'm back with more High Descent gameplay. Today I'll be playing Day 13 of Wiltshire Season 152. Um, Day 13 of the season. So we'll get into my mercenary setup, some battles, and just some general thoughts. But before I get into that, I wanted to highlight York here. York's got 2 days left on it. It's gone now for 3 months. There have been a lot of conversations amongst the development committee to sort of figure out how to use Yorkshire better to serve the community. And so last night, Chicken Eater and I had a quick little video where we kind of talked about what we're going to do with Yorkshire, sort of on behalf of all the development committee members. And so, long story short, we're going to be repurposing Yorkshire to serve the community better. We're going to use it to try different ideas. There'll be different mercenaries available at different times, different battle mechanics, and so there'll be shorter seasons and something that's more engaging than the current format. So please keep an eye out for that. That's going to drop, of course, Monday, I guess, December 16th. But for now, we're focused on Wilt, and so what we're going to do today is go through my mercenaries, just talk a little bit about my setup, thought process behind that, and get to some attacks. So we're at the stage of the season where everyone's broke, right? We all just hit by level 20. We've added our mercenaries, and I just added another salary point. So I've got 6K salary, but I think I ended the day with like 100 gold yesterday. So to start, I actually need to like equip everybody. But before I do, I'm just going to pull up a quick summary and show you guys what I'm doing this season. So this season, I'm doing what I've called an attacking triangle. This is something that I've done before in York. I forgot when I did it. I think it was in like April. It was sometime in the spring, summer. And basically the idea is that I have the outlining of a triangle, right? So I've got a berserker melee defender. I've got an executioner melee defender. I've got 2 bows, and I've got a death knight. But in between all of that, I have a bunch of offensive melee as well. And so I've got 2 outlaws, 2 crusaders. I'm giving those new mercenaries a run, and a whipman, because I think it's probably the best overall attacking melee in the game. Thought process behind this again is that I just want to do something different, right? I want to see if there's a way I can build a setup that can defeat mounted, that can defeat reliably other melee setups, and maybe even give some triangles a run for their money. So, you can see here I've got the berserker, which is meant to counter other offensive melee. It's pretty effective against that. I've noticed that in the past. The bows are self-explanatory. The crusaders, though, this is the new mercenary. This is the new shiny toy, pun not really intended. And I just want to see how they run, right? So so far they're profiling pretty well. They've got a fair amount of damage. They're trailing the defense of a crusader, but they have the accuracy over the agility. So that's just going to be a matter of me making these crusaders bulky enough to land those hits that I need to hit. And so I've got 2 crusaders and 2 outlaws to sort of balance it out. So, outlaws are quicker, more accurate, whereas these are big, bulky tanks. So 2 of these and 2 of those, and a whip to sort of balance it out. So I'm just going to equip these because I've had to sell armor and weapons to get my new mercs yesterday, so my armor is not up to date. So I'm just going to do a quick run through here, just make sure everyone's got the most recent thing. I'm just going to grab a piece of body here. Not looking to enhance anything quite yet. I want to make sure that all my mercs have everything they need first before I start enhancing other pieces of my setup. And I think we're good here. I wish the weapon would show. This is an axeman. It has an axe equipped to it, but as you can see, it doesn't show anything in the armory as being equipped. It could be a bit of a mind trip, but you can see right here the axe is right there. So that might be something that needs to get fixed. So I'm just going to get this guy going here. And the idea with these melee, the defensive melee, is that I want them to be more agile than they would be if I were to build them in a triangle, right? So that is the key. I'm going to grab a couple of sets of arrows for my bows. I won't need it very long because I should hit level 6 pretty quick, but I don't want to lose an attack because I'm not at my strongest. So we will do that. Give me a minute here. So we've got the shaky sword. This is an offensive swordsman as well. It just doesn't have any weapons yet. So we're gonna do that. Crap. I don't want to buy that 10 enhanced knife, especially since I'm going to be switching it very soon. So we're gonna skip that, and I'll just get a regular knife. Okay, so this guy's up to date. Actually, his armor's not. Let me just... So the idea behind these swordsmen is I'm trying to ensure that I'm maximizing the accuracy and the speed when I'm equipping to it. So I'm not going to go heavy with the head and the leg quite yet, but I will go heavy on the arms and the body. Just do it like that. And armor. Now these things will get crit, but I plan on putting enough HP on them that they can withstand multiple crits. And so understanding the battle script is going to be really important for that. Knowing what they're getting crit for so that I can plan accordingly. That looks good. Yep. And do that. And we'll do that. And I think I need a new whip as well, actually. This is a lot more labor intensive than, say, a triangle, really. But I'm looking forward to the challenge. I mean, I've played the triangle setup. It's something that I'm probably most known for. But, you know, I think there have been plenty of different ways to play the game showcased this year. And I think it's a really good time to kind of showcase those things that we can do. So, just trying to see here. Equipping the whip. And don't really want to mess with its speed that much. There we go. And I'm just going to actually fast forward to when this is done, because I realize you might not want to sit here watching me equip these guys. Be right back. All right, I'm back. I didn't want to bore you guys with like the nitty gritty of re-equipping 10 mercenaries. So on the right is where I started today, and on the left is what it looks like after I've upgraded my armor. Again, you know, we start these days off with very little gold, and you know, this is probably the first day I'll be fully equipped when I'm doing my attacks. So this modest jump here defensively. We want to make sure the accuracy of these bows is enough to kill enemy offensive melee. So I want to make sure I'm able to hit. That's 45. That's 65, 64. I got to make sure I match up to monks as well, because we will see monks. And I am curious to see how my setup's going to go without them. I do think I'm a bit vulnerable to high defensive crusaders, but I think I have some workarounds for that. And without further ado, I'm just going to get into the actual attacks themselves. So I'm going to start here. Just take a look. I need actually, before I get into it, I need 773 points. I've got 9 daily attacks, so we're looking at an average of 86 per. So I probably won't rank today. I think I saw the top target was 86, which is fine. I mean, I could have, instead of allocating to Merc 7, 8, 9, and 10, I could have done an attack and then allocated, but I thought I would have been too far behind on Merc levels, so I am going to be a little bit behind in terms of nobility points, but that's okay. Today's goal is to ensure as much survivability as possible. It's not to max out. That will come later once everything is ready to go. So Tancred has been on top most of the season. They've got a Lasher. They've been living off the merchant, right? So Lasher, Stingman, Cav, Amazon. This looks pretty simple. Should be pretty easy fight, though this Cavalier might counter some of my weaker melee. So hopefully not, but we'll take a look and see. I'm going to attack Tancred. And so let's see here. All right, so the swordsmen are doing their thing. The outlaw took care of the Amazon as you would expect it to. And got a level up message, which is great. Nice short battle. The idea with this setup, by the way, is so that when I'm attacking, say, somebody with mounted, I want to be fast enough that I can break through their melee before they break through my mounted. And so my mounted doesn't have a ton of agility. I'm going to try running something with more defense, with more HP, because as we've seen, big defense is like more valuable on death mounts than we thought before. So, that's going to be really, really, really key to watch, is my defense in relation to the damage of enemy offensive mounted. So that's one down. Let's take a look at Cypher. Cypher level 12 Fiend. It's not bad. Another level 12 Fiend, Cavalier, Duke, and a Lasher. So this is just a straight offensive setup. His melee's got a good amount of defense, I think, right? 200 defense for these by level 14 offensive melee is actually pretty good. I like my Executioner and my Berserker, in fact, to counter this. Maybe not that. Maybe the Berserker counters that Fiend. And this Whitman might cause problems for my Executioner, but I do think that my Berserker can get it. Also got to consider I've got 5 offensive melee here that are ready to attack too. So, and from the mounted perspective, I've got 279 defense, 94 agility, which, should be enough to hold this off. And if not, it has the HP to survive. So this looks like a safe attack here. I'm going to hit Cypher. And, between the people going, 10, 11, 12 even attacks and the multis, I do have to say that the ecosystem has been a bit soiled for players. Like, I'm not even really attacking a lot of the regular players because it just doesn't make sense from a strategic or a cost standpoint, like a nobility yield standpoint to hit some of these people. So hopefully that's something that can get corrected. I know that something that Shiny is looking at as well to improve the quality of our seasons. So keep an eye out for that for January. Let's see here. So this comp's level 6. It's got 84 accuracy. Now what I'm going to do with this bow is I'm actually going to add some speed this season. And I'll explain why later. Really, I just want to make sure that my cumulative speed is at an acceptable level that I can actually hit other offensive melee setups, right? The idea is that those 2 bows are going to be hidden behind all the riffraff of 2 def melees and 5 offensive melees, and these bows will probably have about 80 speed, and they're hopefully going to get a lot of free shots, hopefully, against enemy offensive melee. But it's tricky. I want to make sure that they have enough accuracy to do damage against def melee if needed. Like, it's going to be very interesting to see how I balance that out. Following in the theme, I'm going to stack that defense on the Honorable Knight, and I'm going to replace his helm. So let's just do that. There's nothing in the merchant, so I'll just roll with the one from the blacksmith. Still got 3k gold, which is good. I might put some enhancements on as we get closer to the end if I need them. Let's see here. 220 for my bow now. Yeah, we're looking good. These are going to start hopefully doing some damage on enemy melee. Next, Azrael is going mounted, so he's going with these here. So he's got some pretty strong mounted. He's got a lot of targets to choose from, to be honest. Again, this is where the whole multi thing is a bit problematic. and he's got a Berserker 264 116. So really, it's a matter of my outlaws being strong enough. Let's put that minus 15. So 224 98 versus 315 115, looking pretty good. I'm gonna hold off on that though, because I still do worry about what his mounts could do to me. Just, for quick exercise purposes here, we can take a look, and if we add up the speed of his knights, right? So Azrael's got 72 speed, 39 speed. He's got 50, 50, and 55. So plus 50, plus 50, plus 55. He's got 266 speed. When I add up my offensive mercenaries, am I going to be able to break down his walls with my speed? I said he had 266, right? So 106 for this outlaw, 85 for that outlaw. That's with the bonus against the Berserker, which is my winning condition. So I'm going to calculate that. Plus 72 for the whip. And then I'm going to add in plus 45 plus 37 for my swordsman. And my bows, I'm going to add 97 speed for my bows, plus 97, so 442 speed. And I think it was 266, I said. So if we were to look at our battle script, if I'm to fight Azrael right now, the cumulative speed of our offensive mercenaries in the game, the things that are really triggering our winning conditions, is 708, of which I have 442. So that represents about 62% of the battle script. I need to be confident before I attack him, because when you look at his knight, right, 306, 105, that's going to cover 297 and 94. I'm betting on, if I were to attack Israel right now, I would be betting on my 442 speed being able to break this, essentially, before his 260 speed breaks through that. Both outcomes are possible. I could attack him right now, he could backdoor me, and I could be dead. Or this knight would stay alive because I'm occupying the script with 2/3 of my mercenaries attacking. Now, I don't think I'm powerful enough right now, given that distribution of speed, to attack him, so I'm going to wait and see if I can get him later. Going to look at the top 50 and see what else we have in the meantime. So Regidor, looks like he's also staying by level 14, because he's got all the mounted, right? 267, 111. Same thing here. So Regidor, if I do the math again with him, when I'm evaluating him as a target, he's got 4 dukes, right? So he's got 53 plus 53 plus 53 plus 33. So he's got 192 speed. And I said I had, 446? So 638, 446 divided by 638. I've got about 70% of the script if I'm attacking him. So I feel good about that. And, one thing I do have to consider, though, is that I'm going up against this duelist as opposed to Azrael's Berserker. And he does have a bow that could pick off my melee, thus reducing my speed. So these are the kind of mercs I'm a little worried about, the ones with the super high defense, really low agility. I do have 325 and 99 on my top Crusader, so I do have that more or less covered, but it's still going to take some time because he's got 500 HP. So that's another one that I might revisit after a bit of a power spike. I know Oasis has had a pretty easy setup to beat, so let's just take a look at what they've got today. A Duke, a Fiend, a Duke, a Cav, a Duke, and a Duelist. This Duelist isn't very strong, though. This looks like a lot more of a safe attack at the moment. Obviously, there's critical hit potential with these Dukes. This could counter me. This could counter some of my melee, actually, but I do think that this is relatively safe. So I'm going to attack Oasis. And that's probably about the length I'm looking for here. So there we go. So the Outlaw took care of the Fiend, as you would expect. The Crusader, there's the crit I'm looking for as well on the Duelist. And Everything worked out really well there. So we got another level up message. And it's the Berserker and the Outlaw. So, still trying to get some power on these knife men, especially the backup ones. And the Berserker, I really want it to emphasize its agility. I really want it to counter and deal with other offensive melee, freeing up the space for my Crusaders. So, really looking at it to kill monks at the end of the day. Let's take a quick look here. 257, 150. Great. Look at top 50 again. I'm really trying to stay in the top 9 if possible. What is Joshua? He has some sort of mount probably, right? 245, 134. So he's running, I guess, less mounted, but he's running more HP on them. He's really loaded the HP up on that. Look at that, 780 already. Those are going to absorb a lot of counters. Be very problematic. That's really strong. And they're quick enough that it would be a little bit too risky at this point. His melee is also pretty strong too. I'll probably skip Joshua today. But there are other people that are worth the same that are probably easier. Cloak and Dagger, let's take a look at him. He's got a great Berserker, very similar to the one I'm building. Classic Crusader, and then he's got Knights as well. So I do want to be able to beat this setup. I don't think I'm quite where I need to be with it yet. I want my youngest mercs to survive. So we said we're going to visit Azrael later, potentially. Donut, he's got a bunch of mounted, I know that. He's got a crit Duke, 306, 129, 248, 136, 136, 220, 150. So he's got a ton of accuracy, this guy. And he's got a duelist with very low agility, 2 of them. He's got about 1,000 HP between both mercs. So same deal, really. I'm looking at his speed again, 34, 68, right? So 68 plus 38 plus 38 again. 53, 54, 52. Plus 52 plus 53 plus 54, 303. And then 36. So he would have about half the script to beat me, and I would, like, I think it's like a, what, 55, 45 or something like that. 446 divided by 780. Oopsies. 446 divided by 785. So 50, yeah, 55, 56, 57% of the script. So that's more dicey as well, because he'll have about 47% of the script. He'll be hitting with big accuracy. Not sure that my knight is bulky enough yet. Maybe after level 13 boost and some enhancements I can get there. But right now I'm going to skip him too. I'm running out of people to skip though, so I might have to spike. I do have these guys here. Again, this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, we all know, right? The Maltese, they're all run by, you know, probably one person. They're occupying a lot of space up here. And I think they're greatly influencing how people are playing, and we gotta do something about that. So it's been a topic of discussion all year, but I think finally we are at the point where it's just become too much, too excessive. So I would, again, like I said, I would expect something to be done about that very soon. Whomper Squamps. This is a bi-level rusher, or sorry, an attack rusher as well. So he's got a Knight, Deaf Knight, Deaf Duke that he just sold, a Monk, an Outlaw. So it looks like he's transitioning into an offensive melee setup. This looks pretty safe, I think, for me. The only exception is this Duke might cause some issues when it comes to countering some of these melee, right? It's got 112 agility. I don't have a merc with 112 accuracy on it, even. But I do have excessive damage beyond 214, so I would expect to eventually kill it. I'm going to give Whomper Squamps a try here. I think I have just enough accuracy to get the job done without any substantial losses. So, Forcer, wow, lane counter. Okay, let's just see. That's really, yeah, there we go. Was able to take care of that, no problem. There were some counters there, though, you can see, right? but not for a lot of damage. They're all like under 100 damage. This one's at about 100 damage. So I knew it would take multiple counters, and by then that would have been dead. Anyway, 83 points, Merc level up message. This is going to be the bow, because their growth is going to be a little more accelerated right now. Going to go more damage. But I will be folding that speed into the mix, though. I want to test the idea of what I'm calling protected speed. You've got a contribution to the battle script that's inaccessible, and you've got a bunch of clutter around it now to get through. So we'll see how effective it is. My whip's level 10. That's great. All right. Get through that. This Crusader is still a work in progress. It's about to get a nice little boost at level 11, though. That's for sure. And my axe needs an upgrade as well here, and a shield and an armor. This outlaw is still going to boost its damage. Okay, so I need a new axe, and oops. So I need a new axe. There's one in the merchant. I'll grab it. Anytime you can save that gold, you should, right? 416 versus 500. That adds up over a while. So, and we've got this in there, so I'll grab that. And no shield, so that's fine. I'll put the shield on. And just replace the axe here. And the armor there. Okay, so level 10 and level 10. Normally I equip before I allocate. We were teasing Shiny about that earlier this week, but I already knew what I was going to do with those allocations anyway. There's a certain identity I'm trying to craft here. A higher agility axeman. So 97 agility, 252 defense. Looking pretty solid, pretty secure. I need to replace arrows on that covert composite. Got 10 bows in there. Oh, fuck. They've all got enhancements. Who put 20? Jeez, man. I think it's cheaper for me to just replace it this way. 306 versus 660. But you know what? I don't think I'm gonna use all my gold today, so I'm gonna take those arrows. Screw it. And I will sell the other weaponry because I don't think I need any of that. Strap, axe, and 2 level 3 arrows. Yeah, that's done. This is my final setup. There will be nothing else added here to the mix. Quick pause to see where we're at stat-wise. So 230, 225. Okay. 250, 250. Big agility. Less agility. Crusaders. Okay. So this guy's going to level up soon. Probably have to explore getting its accuracy up. Maybe some HP too. 325 damage, pretty solid right now. I haven't even enhanced it yet. Yeah, okay. Back to this. So, Azrael, Regidor, we're gonna visit later. Donut, I'm not so sure. Shiny is ahead by a lot. So he's got a flushed out triangle here. Well, looks he's got an attacking axeman. Look at that, hey? Level 4 executioner. I want to see how this thing grows. He's got a knight, a really, really dominant berserker. Like, I can't touch that right now. There's nothing, even with the advantages, it would not be a winning proposition, right? Like 248, 147, he could still counter my outlaws. So, I'm going to leave him alone, but let's see how this executioner develops. Wow, interesting. Okay. Yeah, it looks like, see, this is where we run into trouble, right? If the multis weren't here, I would have to attack real people, but I don't, because the multis exist and their setups are usually pretty easy to beat. Let's take a look at Grim Reaper though first, because I think he's also stayed by level 14. A bit of lag here. I don't know what's going on, but let's just see what he's got. I don't know what's happening here. There we go. There we go. So, Grim Reaper has a set of bi-level 14 mercs. He's got a lot too. Wanderer, Zealot, Stingman, Zealot, Wanderer, Stingman, Wanderer again. Wait, how many Wanderers? 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. And the Stingman. I'm so interested in seeing how my setup would perform against a matured bi-level 14. Not sure right now is the time to try it. I'm gonna just look at these multis here. 258, 112 for the mount. He's got a Death Knight that he's raising, and he's got a Strongman, which could cause issues for my outlaws, but hopefully my whip or my bows get to him before then. Maybe not the bows, probably the whip. Alright, so we'll just get him out of the way. And like, see, like, these guys are so easy and their yield is so high. It does kind of mess with the game a little bit, but the Swinging Sword took care of the Strongman. And Chem probably has the same thing, right? Arb, Duke, Knight, Strongman. Like, they're all following the exact same format. We've seen this now for months. It's getting to be a little much. But so long as they're here, I don't really need to take advantage of it. It looks like I lost a merc, probably a knifeman. Yep, an obscure outlaw got countered. Okay, to be expected. And got a level up message for this. I think I'm gonna go with. Oh man, I'm gonna do 2-2 here. I want my allocations. Let's see what this looks like here. 334, 104. Yep, that's good. Over 100 accuracy clearly now with 334 damage. That should get me what I need. I think I went damage here, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, I did go damage. So I'm gonna go damage here again. And it's just a quick summary check here. So 237, 232. Yep, that makes sense. 55 speed. That'll get faster soon. Alright, I've got what? 2 attacks left? 3 attacks left. Now I need to decide if I want to go for the extra 2 points and hit Azrael or not. 224, 98. And 330, 115. Like, I should really eat that alive. And I should theoretically do it faster than I get taken down. But to be careful, because how close am I to leveling? Well, so I'm still not sure who I'm gonna pit. The original idea was to have a super mount, was to pit the knight, and this is the first time I'm actually pitting the knight. So it's obviously not gone to plan. I've used my pits to sort of evenly level up my mercs, especially the ones who are trailing, because it's really important with this setup that everything survives. So I'm not sure exactly how I want to go with it. Let's just see here. 309.94. Before I allocate, let's just see what I can do in terms of enhancements. I think it's time to spend some of this gold. I'm not going to rank today, so I'm going to joust. I've just been doing like whoever's in the pit, 5 out of 10. It's worked out pretty well for me so far this season, but let's see how it goes today. 120. Let's bang through the rest of these now. Not much of a difference, right? 30, 44, 26, 44. So plus 400. So that's a decent day for sure. I'm going to enhance the knight by 15. Let's see what it looks like. Didn't cost a lot at all. So we've got 324. I think I'm going to begrudgingly add some agility here, get above the 100 mark, and then I can look to add some of these other things. So 324, 102. So it's not going to have, again, the agility that's reliably going to avoid hits, but I have defense to hopefully absorb them and HP to absorb multiple hits. So 324, 675, 102 versus Azrael's mount. Um, 275, 115, 306, 105. So it kind of matches up to like this, but um, 215 on 134. Like these could crit, right? It's very possible. I think I can last about 2 crits right now, but I think I can kill this berserker before that crit happens. So we're gonna give it a shot. Um, let's just see. So looks like his knights are taking a lot more script than I thought. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, that's a berserker. That's a berserker too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So see, he wasn't able to breach my knight before I got his berserker. Now, if for whatever reason his berserker stood on its head, he would eventually break this knight. It's just a matter again of which comes first. So that's great. 84 points. Level up message for my bow, of course, and the backup outlaw. So we're level 10 with this guy here. And so we'll just take a look and see what he has before I allocate. All right, so let's see here. We've got 241, 98. I do want to speed him up. I know not everybody puts points into speed on these things, but I actually need the speed for this setup to work. I'm just not sure if now is the time for that. Accuracy's kind of low too. I'm gonna go for power. Let's see, what was that again? So we're 255 and you're 287. Okay, great. And new arrows coming up very soon too. So we're gonna go 2-2 on this. And yeah, 59 speed, great. Great, okay. I got 2 hits left to go. Donut was a consideration, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Regidor, that one's more likely. I think I can get through that. Yeah, I can definitely deal with those dukes. And the Legionnaire is pretty good, but I think my outlaws will struggle with that, but I'm gonna attack Regidor. This battle's a little too long for my liking. I don't want long battles with this type of setup. More time for melee to die, right? So this duelist is taking its sweet time getting killed. Let's break it down here. So we've got 476 to 362. So swinging sword is doing small chunks, and outlaw is doing damage as well. Okay, so 362 to 293. The outlaw did some damage again. So really just like chipping away at this thing. 293, so 269. There it is there, swinging sword. There's the crit I'm looking for, right? This is why I didn't get a monk. I think I can rely on this throughout the season, right? I don't even have a ton of accuracy on my outlaws. You've seen me just literally allocate to it. But there's my crit, 364. And I know it's a duelist, and Crusaders are going to have more agility, but as the Crusaders' accuracy far outpaces its agility allocations, I think I can leverage that on the offensive Crusader and the outlaw as well. So that is great. When I saw the length of the script, I was worried I lost some mercs, but this is great. No losses. I've only lost one knifeman today, which is pretty solid. This is really good power spike for this Crusader, and this whip is leveled up 2, which is an extra bonus. Gonna continue to get that damage up there, and we're doing 2-2 on this as well. This also allows me to leverage the archery range and the gladiator pit, both for defense and offense, as opposed to a typical offensive melee setup where you're pitting a death bow, which doesn't really have a lot of accuracy, so it's not getting to the same heights of when it comes to level. And I still have the flexibility to pit either my offensive mercs or my defensive knight. So I think this build has some potential. So I need to put the new weapon on before I allocate. Let me just do that. Level 11. This is why I didn't spend all my gold in one shot, because I knew these upgrades were coming. Nothing in the merchant, so we'll buy it raw. We'll put it on. And I need to update my armor as well. Look how old it is. This is like the first set of armor here. So 300, 102, looking pretty good. It's going to be under 100 once I upgrade the armor though. So let's just see. So we don't want to lose any speed. I don't mind losing some agility. I cannot wear a shield. I don't want to lose too much accuracy either, but I do want the additional defense. I think we'll go like that. Yep. And this will change throughout the season. I'm just sort of experimenting with this right now to see where we're at. And then of course I gotta, I don't know, did I do the leg armor for, I didn't. Okay, good. It's done. Great. Let's just take a look before we allocate again. So 258.97. HP is in a good spot. Don't think I need any more of that. I'm going to cross 100 agility. So I'm at 105 right now. Again, if this were a triangle executioner, I would not be anywhere near this right now. I don't think there's a need. But it's this guy's job to counter a lot of the outlaws, right? Like the biggest difference between this setup I've built and a typical offensive melee is that there's going to be a lot more speed in an offensive melee setup, right? So I'm hoping that these defenders can slow down my opponents by countering them to death, which we've got going on here. And we've got the Crusader with its upgraded body, so 235 defense, which is really great. How much HP does the other guy have? Let's just take a quick look at the summary view. Yeah, so up to 642 here, so that's like 2 points and then 2 points on accuracy, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll do 2 here. And then 100 accuracy is pretty good, though. I think I went a little too far. I don't have 642. I was trying to make them even, but... oh, no, I'm right. 642, 642. Okay, great. And then I just smooth those allocations over once it gets to level 13. Okay, great, cool. I got 1 left? Yeah, I got 1 left. So, let's see. Got 1,100 gold left. I could enhance some things now at this point. Probably will, to be honest. I've enhanced my mount. I'm going to enhance my berserker as well. That's like my main guy for defense. I'm not going to enhance the body because I'm probably going to upgrade that after the alliance battle. Shield 2 actually. So we'll go with 3 again. It's plus 9. Let's see where we are. 266, 150, 258, 105. Okay. We'll enhance the executioner as well. So we'll go level 9, 11, 10. And this axe will be, this body will be on for a bit, so I'll do that. Great, so I've got 100 gold left. I've pretty much used everything. 270 defense, 105 agility. So both of these guys are hovering around 270 with obviously different levels of agility based on its identity. 240 damage from archers. And yeah, we're looking pretty good now. Outlaw's looking good. It's just a matter of who that person's going to be, that last one. So Donut, again, looking at him, the risks are obvious, right? 160 can crit, this can crit. 306 is right in the neighborhood of what I've got here, and he's got just some deathly accurate dukes, right? So I'm going to take maybe a crit or 2. And these duelists are going to take some time to die. So that's not really the best option for my last attack. That's probably somebody I would sacrifice the point for. I could just cop out and hit the multi, right? Look at that, 248.97 and 166.64. Um, but Mama didn't raise no bitch, so let's just see what we've got with other people here. Kind of want to fight Grim Reaper for fun, not even for like, um, not even for like strategy. But his mercs just have so much HP, right? 502, 566. Like I don't even have that advantage yet. Um, I think I win this battle, but I think it serves to be a bit problematic, especially with the 4 knifemen, right? I've got my berserker, which I'm relying on so heavily. I know my executioner will deal with all of them, but oh man. Nimbus, let's see, Shiny, Josher, Cloak and Dagger. Oh man. It really is between Grim Reaper and just copping out and hitting Nimbus. You know what? I'm gonna hit Grim Reaper. This isn't the right attack to do, but I just want to see how it goes. We're gonna have some fun with this. So mature by level 14, full offensive melee versus my hybrid setup. So he's got the HP advantage up front. Sword took care of the Wanderer right off the bat. But I'm just like lacing him for damage when I do hit, right? Whip, whip. Okay. Wanderer dead, 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 dead. Great. So my bow did get in on the action. Outlaws really took care of business. Whip, sword. Level up message, and that is it. Those are my attacks today. There's the Berserker's level up message as we predicted. That's why I didn't enhance that piece. Didn't want to waste gold. 141. I've got enough gold to make that replacement. And not enough gold to replace the... Well, I lie. I forgot about these. I don't think I'm going to use any of these again. I might use this. But I'll sell the rest of it. And then I'll upgrade the shield. And that'll wrap it up for the day. So I'll be playing York. I know I talked about it a bit earlier in the video. I'm really excited to see, you know, how it works. So, you know, we talked about it yesterday in the video, but every day you're going to get 1 allocation point. Meaning at this point in the season, I would have an extra 13 allocation points above what I have already. So it really accelerates gameplay. I'm really looking forward to seeing what I can cook up with those extra points. But before I wrap this up, I'm just going to allocate 2 points to agility, and I'm going to allocate 2 points to defense right now because I don't think I have issues with HP survivability. So 284, 156. I need to finish my pits, my archery ranges, and perhaps a game of Castle Letters live on video. Why not? So let's see. Just to look at what I did today. So I earned 750 points. So did Dread. It wasn't the max, but it was a good amount for what I'm, you know, trying to do. I lost 1 merc the entire time, and it was just 1 knifeman. I need 23 points to rank, so now I'm at the point where I'm going to really start ranking up every single day and hopefully build up steam. Got 4 more archery ranges, gladiator pits to do. I was doing the knight. I think I'm going to do the knight today. I still don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I think for today I'm just going to do the knight. He'll level up and get a new axe by the end of the day because we've got the alliance battle coming up in about 4 hours or so, I think. Illuminati does them, so that'll be good. And just vote for High Descent. Redeem our pit versus the Honorable Knight. I think these need to be tougher as well. I think we should really be earning these, but I think Buried Bow is the one that's ahead. I think that's the one I'm pitting in the archery range. Yeah. So we're going to keep that up. 84 accuracy. I'm still going to roll 50 meters for now. And so we're going to look. Miss. miss 3 times, and then bullseye 1, 2, 3. So 3 bullseyes, 3 misses, relatively balanced. I think that was the right choice. Level 9 arrows as well. I don't even think I have enough gold to replace, unless I sell these knives, which I don't need anymore anyway, so I'll do that. And holy crap, 25, 26. What is going on? Is this the Maltese doing this? Like, what? Who? No, like, who has that much gold to do that? It's like a temporary item at that point too. Whatever. Buried bow, 418. That's fine. Great. We're gonna speed this guy up actually too. There we go, 70 speed. That's a good base, and I can start building up the damage and accuracy now. Because they don't need to be big booming 750, 800 damage bows at the end of the season. That's not the point of these mercs. These mercs ideally would have enough accuracy to take out a melee with like maybe 500, 600 damage and a lot of speed. I think that wraps things up in terms of my pits. I gotta vote and do the extra 5 archery ranges. And then we'll get into castle letters as well. So let's just wrap this up here. Did you like this game? Yeah, I liked it a long time ago. Still do. Just got to clean up the Maltese. That's it. So we're going to take the buried bow again. 55 shots. So you've got, wow, 4 bullseyes and 1 miss. It's a great ratio. That'll level up again in the alliance battle. And just double check. Done, done, done. And the attacks are done as well. So I think it's time. I think it's time for the first live, or I guess recorded, castle letters. So we're going to start with our guy Obley. I always start with this one. He's got 3 vowels in his name, so usually it's a good indicator. Today it's not. So we're going to have to figure something else out. Let's see. No. So it's got to have an A in it, right? Handy. Okay, so we know there's an A, there's an N, and there's a D. Is there a U in this one? Or is A the only vowel? Delete. Okay, so we got the A in the middle. No E. No. No. Okay, so the D's not here, it's not there, so it's blank R-A blank D. Oh man. R-A-T-D, no. R-A-K-D, no. R-A-C-D, no. Doesn't make sense. Hmm. Damn. Oh, it's an. I haven't even factored in an N. I didn't even think about that. Okay. There it is. Grand. And that's your first game of Castle Letters recorded on video. Anyway, that puts, I guess, a cap on this video, the end. Um, Let me know what you think about York. Are you going to be playing? Do you need an alliance? Post in the Discord. Let me know. And let me know what you think about my setup as well. Anyway, until next time. Peace.